Hello, I hope you're all doing really well. Today I'm bringing you another installment of my recommendations in London theatre. Really sorry to people who can't go to London, but I love London theatre, so let's just roll with this. I feel like this time my recommendations are super solid and I can really stand behind each and every one of them. Let's jump straight into it. The first show is something that is already on. I've seen it a couple of weeks ago, and it's the Lehman Trilogy at the National Theatre. It is a masterclass in acting. It is a story about the Lehman Bank company. It goes through like 150 years of its history. It has many characters, but they are only played by 3 actors. And let me tell you, they are all absolutely excellent. You can see them slipping in and out of characters at such ease. Especially Simon Russell Beale is just a great comic actor. But the other two, Adam Godley and Ben Miles, were excellent as well. You don't really need to understand any financial stuff to see this play. It is not really very technical. It is a human story about brothers building a company. And as I say, the acting element is just exceptional. There is really a lot to admire. Another show that is currently on is The Jungle. This is an old leaflet I've seen at the Young Vic. Now it transferred to the West End, to the Playhouse Theatre. It's gonna be there until the beginning of November. It is a story of the refugee camp in Calais, so probably something you would have heard on the news as well, but this play just puts it all into such a heartbreaking story. I was sobbing at the theatre, literally. It's probably the most powerful thing I've ever seen. It is truly one of those things that can change your perspective and show you the power of theatre. And now moving on to shows that are gonna start a bit later. So in October, the National Theatre is going to do a new play by David Hare, who's an excellent political playwright. His new play is going to be called I Am Not Running, and it is about a Labour politician. What I love about his plays is that they always have such a human angle. So they're really probably the thing that made me interested in politics a little bit, because it shows me that it is a part of our lives. It's not something remote. So I really would recommend any of his works. I personally am really excited to see the latest one. And the Almeida Theatre is doing another of my favorite creators' work, the genius director Robert Icke, who's recently had Hamlet or Mary Stuart in the West End. He's doing another classic text, The Wild Duck by Henrik Ibsen. He's doing it in his own version, which is something that he often does with plays. He does a sort of adaptation and makes the play super current. Honestly, he's just my favorite director in the world. This makes me sound really not objective, but I'm basing it on very objective qualities, I'd say. His productions are always extremely thought-provoking. You can see his strong creative voice. His actors are always excellent in good design, good everything. The Wild Duck is gonna be running from mid-October only till the end of November, so I really recommend, if this sounds like something that would interest you, buy a ticket while there are some. And I'd also like to mention some musical theatre productions. The big thing this autumn is gonna be the production of Stephen Sondheim's Company, which is one of his most famous musicals, but this is the first production that does a really interesting thing and changes the gender of the protagonist to a woman to make the story more relevant to today, because it's about a person in their mid-30s who are sort of struggling to settle down, or they are rethinking whether they should. And there's just a lot more pressure added to that decision if you're a woman. It's gonna star the British actress Rosalie Craig, but also the star of Broadway, Patti LuPone, who's done many Sondheim roles before, and it is a really, really big deal that she's gonna be acting in London. So I'm very excited to see her. And I'd also like to mention a production that's gonna be happening a little bit later in the year. It's only opening at the end of November, but I'm just so excited about it. I already have to tell you. It's called Caroline or Change. Again, an old poster because I've already seen it at Hampstead, but now it's transferring to the West End. It's gonna be there in December and January, and this is a really fun but important story. It is the story of a black maid in 1960s America. It is beautifully directed. The actors are amazing, singing just on point, like it just transfers you to a different reality. And it is just an excellent, excellent musical in terms of the book, which was written by Tony Kushner, the author of Angels in America. And the music is by American composer Janine Tesori, who also wrote Fun Home, which was recently in London. But I would say Caroline or Change is better. It's just written so cleverly. It's like a mashup of these different genres that are used in a very, very deliberate way. The numbers are so dramatically interesting. It is just very unconventional and surprising, but also great, great fun. And yeah, so these were my tips. I honestly can stand behind these 100%, and I'm really excited to see the ones I haven't yet. Please do let me know if you have different shows that you're looking forward to, or some that you've seen recently, either in London or some greatest hits that are happening in your area. I would really love to hear what's going on somewhere else as well. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!